Welcome. This is Barry Jones from Angelic Wisdom, and we're here for our weekly angel reading for the week of March 25th through the 31st, 2024. So, as we begin this reading, I'd like to first of all um, thank everyone who is returning to this weekly series and to also welcome anyone who might be new to our Angelic Wisdom community. So, this is the final week in the month of March, and it's a full week. And this is also for some um, Holy Week in the Christian faith, and um, I think it's Passover, um, maybe at some point, or it may have been the weekend. I don't remember, but um, so whatever traditions you are celebrating in this week, um, I wish you um, divine blessings and angel blessings through this time period. I will probably not be doing any readings, the daily card messages as well during the Holy Week. So, and I can feel that right now, it's probably the perfect time to do this. Um, so I'm going to let that stand, and I will return with the daily card messages after um, that's started on April 1st, that Monday. I'll return with the daily card messages. If you haven't done so already, make sure that you have subscribed. Select the all notification bell, like, dislike, and leave your comments. If you are looking to get an angel reading with me, you can go to my current website, theangelschool.com/services. And if you'd like to support my channel with a donation, you can select my PayPal me link for Angelic Wisdom. Also, if you haven't at this point seen any of the general reading or the monthly angel readings, the angel scopes for the month, you can access them through my accounts like Twitter or Facebook, and also, of course, here on YouTube. But the general monthly angel reading, I'll still leave as the first link so that you can watch it. This month is definitely an important one. It's pivotal in a way for your soul and and not just for your soul, but for your life, as you've chosen to live it, and it's helping you to really sort of shed the layers and sort of a feeling of a cleaning up house. And it's interesting that there'll be the full moon eclipse in the sign of Libra on the 25th. So when I think of Libra, I think of beauty, right? It's ruled by the planet Venus, balance and order. And so this is sort of like the perfect concept of, I think, spring cleaning in our lives, right? The eclipse energy, the lunar eclipse energy, is just really going to make sort of punctuate it in some way. And this is just my thoughts that are coming to me as I'm talking about it right now. So I'm just going to go with that. And it's interesting that in the way that it punctuates it, you might want to say that it creates a little bit of fear, right? Because an eclipse creates sort of darkness in one regard. But that darkness is to so to go within. And it gives you an opportunity without any outer influences shining, and dangling shiny things in front of you, to really make sure that you're in touch with yourself, and that beauty is something that you find within, that you discover within, that you realign with from within. And it's about seeing the world in the way that it should be seen, the way that it's divinely presented, but yet our ego often eclipses. So it's almost like the eclipse gives you an opportunity to eclipse the veil of illusion. And I see the word integrity. And to really connect, to see the beauty of your soul's integrity, its goals, how to address them and to align with them, and they're writing starting, like as if it's starting over, but starting over with total honesty. They write the word chastity as I'm going to use it in a symbolic meaning because what it feels to me, in the sense of there are things that you want to give up, or it'll feel like there are things that you're giving up and it'll feel like a sacrifice to you, but that'll only feel that way to your ego. It's helping you, or it's initiating change. And change always feels sort of revolutionary in one way, right? And then it feels like a shock. It feels like panic, right? It feels like all kinds of things. And so you might have this feeling like everything's just falling apart. Because in that eclipse, that darkness, you cannot play with illusion. You will have no access to the illusions that have been propping you up, and that has been propping other things up, sustaining it falsely. Meaning, there are things that have been crumbling already, and there are things that are crumbling right now. And the veil of illusion keeps projecting something different. And so there's a lot that we're afraid of right now. But don't let the veil of illusion prop up what has already fallen. Don't let it draw you in to feeding those things that have already fallen. And there's a lot going on in the world on various world stages, politically, socially, monetarily, Earth, Earth news, whatever. In this moment of truth and clarity, you might grasp a glimpse, and you might not even remember it. But what you will remember is the feeling. I don't know if this happens to you in your life, if you've ever had this experience where you've had this breakthrough And you understood the entire thing, and it went away the second you wanted to go explain it or realize what had happened to you. The only thing you have remaining is this feeling of hope or this feeling of achievement. But you can't remember why you feel that way, and you can't go tell it to anybody else. But what you can remember is that everything's going to be okay. And what you can remember is that the changes, no matter how you are responding to them or perceiving them, they're going to make everything okay, even if they don't look okay. Because what we keep forgetting is that love exists before anything else existed. And they're writing, yes, as I'm feeling and hearing this thought, love existed even before God existed, if you will, or awakened, if you will, or decided to know itself. It's just, they want you to understand that love is the foundation of reality, and love is the foundation of God's heart. If God was born or created or was like a cell, it was born within that love. It was the love that created its divine intelligence and wisdom. It was the inertia behind the purpose of God's own heart. And for this, they're making this exquisite point, because the ego disrupts, but only as an illusion, not ever as reality. It creates the illusion. And you and I have been playing with the illusion. It's almost like if you were to get a 3D mural, a photo, and put it all around your wall, and it would feel real to you. And that's the ego. It's beautiful. And that's why we cling to it. It first draws us in by allowing us to have beautiful dreams, if you will. But only because we get attached to them. We get attached to the permanence of what it's offering. And when the permanence cannot prevail or sustain because it's not real, we panic. And then we create stories and beliefs, and we project them so that we can validate what we're going through, because the mind needs to have logic at its disposal to interpret and to help it to cope with covering up the illusion that is impermanent and non-sustainable. So change is sort of like a road. It's like a path or a journey, or it's like a jog, or it's 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 there so that we do not become attached. We need to live detached in order to really truly be at peace. We need to embrace change, and it doesn't matter to what degree we embrace it, meaning the rate of speed of change. We can have it, we can accept it at our own pace, as long as we understand that to become attached to anything is to experience true sorrow. Because when its time is up and you are not able to embrace it and accept it, you will be derailed from the happiness that you deserve. So you might want to say happiness, or how to sustain happiness in an illusionary reality is based on how well and how willingly you are wanting to embrace and accept change. And they write, yes. I like when they do that. It makes me think I'm not crazy. So they say focus on alignment. This is what they just wrote in front of me. Alignment can mean a lot of things. It could sort of be synchronicities. It could be the things that your heart resonates with. It could be inspiration. And most definitely, at the foundation of everything, alignment is love. Because love connects us to reality. It bridges us back to the source, to oneness, and to our understanding of ourselves, individually and collectively, that we're all one and we're all safe, and that we have to accept that we're all in a reality that is of illusion. And that illusion also is about how much we are projecting. I want to say interactive, the way we were interacting with illusion. Illusion is not harmful because it gives us this opportunity to play within the school, to grow and develop in the earth school. It's a great contribution being made through this, mainly healing. Our mission, the earth mission, the solar plexus chakra of the universe, Earth's mission is peace on earth. The foundation beneath peace is safety, or the feeling of safety. The foundation beneath fear is lack or limitation. And so every relationship, everything has to really be based on building a safety, paying attention to what makes you feel safe rather than what makes you not feel safe. You can be clearly aware of that. And when we don't feel safe, we have to acknowledge it. And then that feeling of not feeling safe helps us to recognize and to formulate a definition for our souls based on what our soul is needing. What actions to take, and what situation the experience is to embrace in order to help you to feel safe. When that happens, you are building peace on earth, one person, soul at a time. Why? Because the projections will be less. And so when we project, they ricochet in this illusory sort of reality. They just ricochet, and everybody else starts, it's like we're all bouncing off of each other's projections. See, we're the powerful ones within this earth plane, within this reality and dimension. We're the powerful ones. The ego is sort of what we are projecting. When we let it get out of hand, when we don't apply our wisdom, when we don't harness our happiness by cultivating safety, therefore granting the peace is the work done to acknowledge and amplify safety in your foundation. Peace is the reward, or the opportunity, or the possibility, the blessing that comes from that. And when you do this, you anchor and amplify the mission of planet Earth, its role within the universe, to emit these codes of safety and peace that are being spread as every planet has its own sort of resonance. And I'm thinking of pitch or tone or sonics or codes. And when we go through this double dimensional shift and become fifth dimensional, which we're advancing towards, our note of peace will be in perfect harmony or in tune with all the other planets in the universe and stars and galaxies, etc. And the codes from all will resonate harmoniously together. And this consciousness, advancement in consciousness, living very clearly and being able to not only sustain but regenerate more readily and easily this kind of consciousness and peace alignment. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at the archangel that we're working with in this week. Okay, and it's Archangel Muriel. And one of the things I think so interesting is that the picture of the moon in the background. And this is Archangel Muriel. Is an angel of great compassion and also just very in tune psychically in terms of your intuition. So when he comes in, and it's interesting because you can see in his wings sort of pink with gold. And, I'm sitting here looking at this and really to pay attention to I don't know what it is. It looks like a rose and it's sort of incense, and it gives you a sense of just sort of clearing and ritual, right? And really connecting in with um, this particular moon cycle that we're going to be going through. So it really highlights that this is a sacred opportunity for us, a sacred opportunity on the 25th to release, to forgive, to heal the planet, to offer prayers of grace for everyone on the planet, and anywhere in the universe where you feel drawn or called. Really pay attention to the hunches that you receive um, on during this week, and especially on that full moon, and then of course the days following it, leading to the new moon, that waning energy. And just in every day of that full moon, following that full moon, just letting go with your struggles, with changes and ideas, letting go with being reactive and jumping, and just letting your power just sort of shoot out there and project the thing that only limits your happiness, limits your ability to feel safe, and for everyone else in your life, or for everyone else that you might actually encounter during that period of time. So it says, trust your own wisdom. And I really feel like I'm sensing and hearing that no matter what you hear, no matter what you see, and no matter what everybody's talking about, trust your own inner wisdom. Don't let it come from the outside what you think and believe, and what you give faith to, or what you invest your energy into. Don't let conspiracies, don't let people talking about who's going to win and how this is going to happen and what's going to do that. Don't, even if you think you don't like what I'm saying to you, then don't listen to that. If I invoke some kind of fear within you, don't listen to anyone but yourself. That eclipse, go, what, let it be revealed to you the peace that surpasseth all understanding. Let that be what truth you embrace. So let peace be the foundation underneath. Let the peace of understanding be the foundation underneath the truth and the clarity that you establish, because this is what raises the integrity of the mission of peace on earth, and also for the universe itself. They write rewards. Rewards will come in so many forms if first you seek safety. You will be blessed with peace automatically. And then you will be able to discern truth and clarity because of the peace within that you keep cultivating and harnessing for yourself. It says, have faith in your psychic impressions. Trust in your wisdom and have faith in your psychic impressions. And all of this, establishing this peace, you will be given not only what is the correct answer, but what you will be given is the vision of the truth that already exists, but we collectively and individually must choose. Choose to exercise our faith in it. And when we do, we will expand that vision. We will expand it. And as it expands, the weight of it becomes the truth, will become factual. You have the power. You have powerful tools that we most often play with rather than use with excellence. There is no scenario of fear that has to ever be real except you, powerful one, making it so. So therefore, go back to the origin of all things. The foundation of all things is God's love. But not only God's love, it was just love. God's love is something that was there before it was, but it was there at the same time it was born. All right, let's take a look at the first card for the beginning of the week. I'm not quite sure what that. And we have temperance. And so we can see here very clearly, now, I got to tell you this, just remembering this, the cards were laid down in reverse order again this week. So we'll see, this was the first card. My hands were just moved to lay them down. That's how it usually happens with things. So, and it's interesting that this card shows us two paths, but it also shows us that we can mix things. We can, one, take a little, not only to say take a little bit from each in order to get the truth, but it shows us that, well, in another way too, that we have to examine everything around us. Because it's not about which side, but it's about all the things that are around us. There is a kernel of some truth hidden within each viewpoint or perspective. And it also shows us that although it seems like we're all walking down different roads, but we're all still headed in the same direction. We don't need to end up at the same point in going in that same direction. The universe, or this Earth school, is diverse for a reason, so that we can create the possibilities of our hearts to fulfill the missions of our souls. Don't give your power away or your energy to something that you do not resonate with. Because if you do, you will feed your power, invest your power into that thing, and give it the power it needs to surge. If that's the right word I'm looking for. Not to surge or to, yeah, I can't think of it. Okay? Let's take a look at the next card. So it's the Knight of Swords. And this is a sense of be determined. Be determined. And, sometimes when you can't figure out which way, When you are determined, you know. The knowing comes immediately. All this, trying to figure out all this confusion, there's the word, just goes away. Because remember, the reality that we are operating within is an illusion. If you're trying to figure out what's not real, meaning, and what is, if you feel caught up in that because you can't trust anything, that means you don't have at your foundation a feeling of safety. You cannot find that from this reality, this world. You can only find that within the love of your soul and the love of God's soul, right? So as soon as you are determined, you are decisive, you just go for what resonates with you, what feels secure or safe, what gives you peace, then your path will become certain to you. It will feel certain to you. You are the one who has the power, who has to keep feeding the faith in order for things to keep showing up with certainty. It is responding to you, the world of illusion, based on what you are offering it in the way that you approach things. Let's see, they're going to show me that word again because it was forgiveness. It was kind of off from what I was talking about. So, okay, now I just remembered they showed it to me again. So forgiveness, and then they're writing judgment. And when they threw that in, that created something else about sort of the meaning. Because it's like you're judging yourself. You're judging all of your actions. And I feel like they're saying this is coming because you can't forgive yourself. And you can't forgive others because how you judge them. And then when it comes to your own judgment, now you got to be judged by, you judge yourself by the standards you judge others. See, just convoluted. Just craziness. Power, though. We're playing with power. And it comes right back to us in the way that we use it. So that's why you got to be clear. And they're saying, they wrote confession, which is Mayan symbol for the only way to keep being authentic is to be authentic, to be clear, to be honest, to be open, to communicate the truth of what you're really feeling from that peace that passes all understanding. However, I like to add that word, however, to clarify. And they wrote ESP, your intuition can only be as certain as your lack of judgment of others. Because how you judge, then you end up dealing with that judge. And that judge interferes with your clarity, your truth, your intuition. Y'all done with that card now? Okay. Sound the alarm. I just saw the word sound, but let's see. So we have the King of Wands. And this King of Wands is full fire, right? He's both of those elements. All the kings are fire. And that fire gives him that leadership, the passion and compassion for others, for the bigger picture, the vision that will benefit others and allow others to thrive in their passions. This king is powerful because he's totally committed to all of that. All of that. I don't know why they just wrote in front of me, homily. Okay, I know. I know this is like a little homily, I know. However, it's incredible. So now this was the card, and I I won't go into that reverse thing yet. Why it's laid down in the reverse, but I definitely will think that this card was most important, and maybe this is just they wanted to talk about it in reverse so that you would get it. So this card might be indicating the thing that you're most afraid of is to truly stand in that power, to hold the, because everybody on the planet is a king of wands. Meaning we are all the souls came here. Your personality might not like be a little off with in terms of your soul's mission, but your soul came here to be extraordinary in its leadership and vision of the divine plan of ascension of the, and they write strong light workers, light leaders. And you don't have to do, you don't have to, where they wrote the angel school, I mean, you don't have to have 1 million subscribers. You don't have to be, someone that everybody in the world knows. With light, nobody has to know you, but everybody is feeling you. And they write your courage. So whatever it is that your soul needs from you, whatever vision it needs you to hold, because you got to realize that you are both the light and the projector that projects the vision of light onto the screen. And whatever your heart guides you to do or to be in any moment of your day or in any role for a period of time in the lives of others, whatever season, when you project that vision from that core of mission of peace on earth, from that foundation of safety and all those things I said, building upon it. And I hope you go back through and really think about the foundation and the temple that they've constructed for you today through those words from peace to, and to project that light, to project that vision through that role, to trust yourself. The more you trust yourself and your psychic impressions, that role, that vision, which encompasses you and so many others, will become truth, fact, history, legacy. All right, so just pull the card from the bottom of the deck, and we had this card last week, the Two of Pentacles. And I feel like what they're telling you is that for a while, even beyond this week, especially beyond the eclipse, you can still be trying to balance it, the balance between the divine and the earth planes, the veil of illusion. You're gonna struggle with this. But this practice of peace, as it was described to you today, the foundations and the pillars which create in a temple of this mission, the temple of peace, which is you, each and every soul is that. You are a temple of this Earth School mission. Within time, through this practice of understanding, you will build this, and all the fruits of your labor will come to fruition. Faith. Faith in the cycles of change, faith in the uneasiness of change, faith in the lunacy of change, and also faith in the drama and chaotic atmosphere of change. That it's all the answering of the prayer. The wheel is turning, which allows the prayers to progress. All right, so I send you lots of love and angel blessings, and have a beautiful, beautiful journey in this week, in this holy week for some. Have a beautiful journey building, restructuring. First, truth, reality versus illusion. And by building, rebuilding the keys of your temple of peace, starting with safety. God bless you.